my student group, or not my student group, I don't know who it was, it was my high school. We all went to China. Again. And, when we were there, for some reason my car was there. And my car was a green Honda Accord, not like yours at all, like my friend's, like older than yours, like from the early 90s or 80s. And, it was parked at a park in China, and we were, like, staying at this hotel/corporation. I think it was, like, a car company or something, but they had a hotel, too, so we were staying there. And one day, my car got broken into, and everything was stolen out of it. Passport, wallet, ID, everything was gone, except for my telephone. They even stole the doors off the car. I don't know why you'd steal doors from a car, but they did. And, and somehow they stole all my clothing, too, like when I walked up to the car and it had no doors and nothing in it, I was suddenly in my underwear. So all I had was my phone and my underwear. And, like, I turned around from my car and ran back to the hotel, and my student group had just left. My high school student group peoples, they'd all left and gone home to the United States. So I was just stranded in China with no passport, no ID, no clothing, and a telephone. So, the rest of the dream, I was getting mugged by people. And, shut up. I was either getting mugged by people, and I had to fight them, and, like, this one guy, I bashed his head with a shoe picked up off the ground. Apparently it was a really hard shoe. I started beating him in the head with it. Another guy tried raping me. Like, it was all white people. I was in China, but all these white people were after me. Like, there's a gang of white people that tried taking my phone, and I was trying to call my parents. For some reason, also, every time I try to call my parents to get them to call the Secretary of State, the State Department, every time I try and call home to get them to call the State Department to save me, I'd, connect to the internet and, dial the wrong number or something. Like, it was impossible for me to call home every time I turned my phone on. So then this gang of white people comes up and tries to steal my phone. So instead of giving it to them, I run to the edge of a parking garage. I don't know why I was out of parking garage, and I don't know why they were mugging me there. But, and just threw it off the parking garage. It was like, beep. So they couldn't have it. I was like, I got nothing, and I'm not giving you anything. And I threw it and broke it instead of giving it to them. So the leader of the white people gang in China was everyone was mad at me in the gang, and they wanted to kill me, but the leader stood up for me for some reason, even after he tried taking my phone. He was like, no, I get this. This kid's got nothing, blah, blah, blah. And I woke up. It was really weird because, it was so intermixed with Japanese culture. There was Donkey Kong stuff everywhere, and it was called Donkey without an E, D-O-N-K-Y. Duke, like a dookie, D-O-O-K, Kong. Donkey Duke Kong. I don't get it, but that's what it was. And they only had Nintendo 64s, which was a travesty. And even though it was an awesome system. And the room I stayed in had a giant red dragon, like a giant red Chinese dragon. It was really cool. And really cool, dark maroon Japanese wallpaper, and
how'd you know it was Japanese?
Because it has samurai on it. And what else happened in the dream? Something happened with the corporation. I met the people who stole my car doors and everything of my personal belongings. And, what was I going to say? Oh, and they were just like, blah, blah. Yeah, sorry, it's just business, nothing personal. And they just ditched me. I'm like, you can't even give me my passport back or a phone? Like, no. And they're like, but if you go to this one place, because they stole all my stuff for this festival. Wow, it's all coming back to me. The thieves stole my stuff for this festival, and this festival started at this one restaurant in like Beijing, and I was in like Shanghai or something. So I had to figure out a way to go all the way to this restaurant that they were storing all this stuff at. Oh, it's not. Oh, that's really effing gross. You want to see it? Look at all that liquidy gross.
Oh, I can't see it. It's not that much.
Wait, let me... Ew. Can you see all of them? Okay. So, oh yeah, so like for some reason at this restaurant, if you ordered a specific dish, they give you a passport. So they told me, the thieves are like, oh, well, if you really want it back, you can go to this restaurant. And there were two chick thieves, really hot Asian girls. And they came and they told me to go to this restaurant, order this dish, get my passport back. It was retarded. So I was like, thanks, I guess I'll go try that. But then, this whole time I was just acting as a beggar at this hotel that we were staying at, owned by this car company. And a second group of my high school partner peoples came to China to visit and stayed in that hotel, and I'd see them at lunch one day, or I saw them at lunch one day, and I was like, dude, I got mugged, I'm stranded, I have nothing, can you guys get the State Department and, like, get me out of here, call my parents or something? And they're like, wow, that sucks, and just walked away. And, like, I kept seeing them over the course of a week, and you were in the group, too. And, like, I stood next to you one time, and, like, you're obviously my girlfriend still in the dream, but you just left me there, too. It was ridiculous. And I remember talking, everyone's like, wow, that sucks, blah, blah, blah. I wonder, and, like, I was talking to some of my, like, really close friends that were there in that group that weren't helping me. And they were like, man, I bet when you finally work this all out and get home, your girlfriend's gonna, like, do you so hard, and you're right there with me. And I was like, I don't know. And, like, put my arm around you. I was sitting on the stairs, you were standing on the stairs, so I put my arm around, like, your kneecaps. And, like, I gave you a hug, but they still didn't realize you were my girlfriend. And, yeah, and then I woke up. Oh, this is really, like, temporally displaced. I woke up after I got mugged by the gang of white people and threw my phone off the parking garage. And that was my dream. I was stranded in China, fighting off criminals in my underwear.
You never made it home?
Never made it home. It ended with me throwing my phone off the parking garage. It was so frustrating. Every time I'd open my phone, I'd dial the wrong number. Or, like, every time I'd open my phone, I'd go to call my parents, and I'd be like, and I'd connect to the internet for some reason. Like, I just never could dial home. It was so frustrating. That was my dream.